What citizenship is a child born in South Africa to foreign parents entitled to? The short answer: if one of the parents is South African, the girls are automatically South African citizens. The whole question: I know two girls living in a foster home. They were born in South Africa, but have traveled extensively, and their documentation is with their mother in Nigeria. There's uncertainty about the legitimacy of their documents since they've been moved around. They do have their biological father's ID, so I wonder if it could be searched to find out if they were registered, and who would be able to conduct such a search. The girls are turning 18, and the problem is that they won't be able to get employed without identification. While they have an ID used for schooling, it is invalid. I'm perplexed as to how they can acquire valid documents. The long answer: thank you for raising this issue about two South African-born girls, currently in foster care, whose documentation is with their mother in Nigeria. You mentioned that they have their biological father's ID, and it might be possible to search for their birth records based on that. The situation is unclear whether either parent is South African. If one parent is South African, the girls are automatically entitled to South African citizenship. However, if neither parent is South African, the girls would take on their parents' immigration status, such as being permanent residents, refugees, etc. In October 2014, South African regulations were amended. Children born in South Africa to foreign parents can only acquire South African citizenship if they have lived in South Africa from birth until age 18 and their birth was registered according to the Births and Deaths Registration Act of 1992. For children born before these regulations, like the girls you are referring to, if their birth was registered and they have birth certificates with an ID number, they may be eligible for citizenship. If the girls' births were not registered, it's still possible to do a late registration of birth, though the process is complicated. In 2018, the High Court ruled that the Births and Deaths Registration Act should not prevent parents without valid documents from registering their children's births. A parent without proper documentation can still register the child's birth, and an unmarried father can also register the birth if the mother is absent or undocumented. You could contact Home Affairs to search the population register using the father's ID, but as Home Affairs is often slow, you may want to consult an immigration lawyer for faster results. If financial assistance is needed, there are organizations that specialize in handling such cases.